So obviously, if you're watching this video, you most likely already know that Joe Rogan has been under attack from mainstream media, from Twitter cancel culture, pretty much from every single angle of all of these weirdos who simply disagree with some of his opinions. Whether or not they should disagree is kind of a topic for a different video. It's kind of a topic for you in the comments section. Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole situation before getting this new info that I'll give you in this video right here. But like I said, whether or not they should be disagreeing with Joe Rogan on all these topics is kind of a topic for a different video. But if we're being real, Joe Rogan probably used to lean on their side of politics, on the cancel culture side. I'm not saying Joe Rogan was ever pro cancel culture. I'm just saying most of the people who are involved in cancel culture, who are actively trying to cancel Joe Rogan, are on the left. And Joe Rogan a few years ago would have definitely been thought of as left. And the funniest part about all that is, now, simply because he disagrees with them on certain key topics, he is considered alt-right, or at least, to most of them, at least right-wing. But Joe Rogan is obviously fighting back, and he's obviously going to destroy cancel culture because he has no fear. Joe Rogan is not dependent on any one person or any one company to continue his success. Joe Rogan is the definition of independent. If Joe Rogan were to get dropped from Spotify tomorrow, Joe Rogan would not miss a beat, and neither would his bank account. He doesn't need anyone. He doesn't need a company. He doesn't need a person. No one else except for himself. But here is what got Joe Rogan in trouble. I'm not going to play the clip because I don't know how YouTube would react to this clip. But this is pretty much one of the articles that, you know, it reveals a couple of videos that got Joe Rogan in trouble. Pretty much, if you don't know the situation, I'm not going to tell you every single thing that happened. You can definitely go check out some of the past videos, not from me, but from other people, and just go look up some articles on Google. Pretty much, he got in trouble for saying a couple of racial slurs in a joking way. And like I said, whether or not you agree with Joe Rogan saying those things, I don't even think Joe Rogan agrees with him saying those things. He even said it in a clip that I don't think I'm going to play in this video, but it might be in the clip that I'm going to play. But he says, and I don't know if this is him just trying to cope with cancel culture or trying to somewhat apologize or give in to cancel culture mob, but he says that he's kind of glad that all this stuff is happening because it allows him to address some things that he wish wasn't out there. And I'm sure Joe Rogan is extremely regretful of these things that he said in this clip and in the other clips that are getting him canceled right now by mainstream media and the weirdos on Twitter. He's even admitted that he regrets saying this stuff, and any reasonable person, anyone who watches Joe Rogan on a regular basis or has watched him multiple times in the past, would know that Joe Rogan doesn't say these things with ill intent. Joe Rogan isn't a racist. He isn't a bad person. He's a really good person, and he's out there searching for the truth on a daily basis. Pretty much what he's saying in this clip, I think I can actually play this clip. Pretty much what he's saying in this clip is that he doesn't understand how far this censorship stuff is going to go when it comes to the N-word usage. He was saying that he doesn't know how long it's going to be until we're not allowed to say the phrase, the N-word, you know, the phrase that actually describes the word that you're not allowed to say. He doesn't know how long it's going to be until we can't even say that word anymore. And they got into this discussion right here.
What a fucking weird time.
I only just started saying the N-word. I used to say the N-word on my radio show. I would just say it.
And why'd you stop saying it? Don't you think that by not saying it, it becomes like this ridiculously charged magic word? You're not a racist. Like, why are words magic?
Right.
Like, aren't words supposed to be sounds that you make that convey intent?
Yeah. Intent or description?
Both.
Well, that's the difference. You can use the N-word or you can say the N-word.
Right. Well, you're conveying intent. Your intent is to describe a scenario where someone said something in a very particular way that showed racism.
Yeah.
Right? That's your intent. When you say the N-word, you're saying...
So I understand what he's saying, and I think any logical person, any logical thinker out there could also understand what he's saying. But stuff like this, and he's also said the word on his podcast before, and that's really the one that got him in trouble, and he's made, you know, jokes about the word while saying the actual word, which isn't good. And Joe Rogan agrees that isn't good. You probably shouldn't be saying that word, especially in today's climate. But when he said it, we weren't in today's climate. We were allowed to joke back then. We were allowed to make jokes. But, you know, today people go back and they look for stuff like that in order to cancel you. And here is Joe Rogan's reaction to all of this. Joe Rogan calls compilation video a political hit job. And MSNBC, or I believe this is MSN, this website, but they're all, you know, they're all the same thing. They're saying that Joe Rogan is playing the victim. Let's check out what they have to say.
The furor over his past use of a racial slur, and he's playing the victim card.
Playing the victim card. I can't believe these idiots exist. And I truly can't believe it. I'm not just saying that as like, you know, in a metaphorical way. I truly don't believe that this person thinks that Joe Rogan is playing the victim card here. I think that, you know, she's being fed a script, obviously. She's reading off a teleprompter. But the fact that people exist, that they're so desperate for money, they're so desperate for attention, for whatever her reasoning is for taking this job and trying to ruin people's lives on a daily basis. That's what she does for a living. She reads off a script from a script that's trying to ruin people's lives simply for having certain political views or just certain opinions in general. People like this really exist, that really put away all their morals, put all their morals aside to ruin people's lives for a paycheck or for fame or whatever it is. Anyway, let's get on with the video.
In a lot of ways, like, all this is a relief. Because it's like, just because that video had always been out there.
Right.
It's like, this is a political hit job. And
Yes.
so they're taking all this stuff that I've ever said that's wrong and smushing it all together.
Right.
But it's good because it makes me address some that I really wish wasn't out there.
He's dead on with that. He's dead on with that. I don't know about the part where it says it makes him address some stuff that's really not, that he didn't want out there. I think that might be him trying to appeal to cancel culture a bit and say, or maybe it's, you know, reverse psychology. I don't know what he's trying to do with that statement. I don't know if I agree with that 100%, but I can see where he's coming from. But when he says it's a political hit job, he's 100% spot on. This is mainstream media trying to take down someone who they feel extremely threatened by because, like I said earlier on in the video, unlike the mainstream media outlets like CNN and MSNBC, and even on the other side, Fox News and all the other ones, I'm sure they're all rooting for Joe Rogan to go down as well. They're just not going to take him down for the same reasons as CNN and MSNBC, everyone else who's trying to take him down currently. But they feel threatened by him because, like I said, what I said earlier on in the video, he is not dependent on any one person. He's not dependent on any one company, any one media outlet. He is Joe Rogan. He's a giant in himself. No matter what Joe Rogan does, whether it's stand-up comedy or podcast or TV show hosting or UFC announcing, whatever it is, he's going to kill it, and he'll kill it independently. He needs no one to help him out. If Spotify drops him tomorrow, he won't miss a beat. Like I said, neither would his bank account, because he would just go independent on another website. He would make his own website, or maybe get signed to Rumble or something like that. Maybe he'll get a big deal somewhere else that's not Spotify, that truly has a freedom of speech platform. I don't know if it really exists, but maybe if it does exist, maybe Joe will find it or make his own. Either way, his pocketbook will not miss a beat. Joe Rogan doesn't need anyone, and that's why they're so threatened by him. That's why this political hit job that Joe Rogan describes in that small clip is truly what's going on here. It's truly that he hit the nail on the head. He knows exactly what's going on. And it's because they're so threatened by him. And like I said, it's not just the people who are actively trying to cancel him, like this host, like this CNN or MSNBC. It's also the other media outlets that are threatened by him. But like I said, they'll find something else to go after him for. Whenever Joe Rogan says something that goes against their narrative, that's when they pounce. They're not going to pounce whenever he's going against CNN and proving them wrong, making them look like idiots. Why would Fox News ever try to stop Joe Rogan from making CNN look like idiots? Go destroy their narrative and then get destroyed by their narrative right after. That's what they want to happen. But let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. What do you think about the Joe Rogan being canceled situation? Do you think it truly will hurt Joe Rogan? Or do you think that he will just go independent or just simply stay at Spotify? Let me know what you think is going on in this entire situation. If you did enjoy this video though, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the link to that will be in the description as well. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope to see you on the next one.